Hey ladies! I would like to welcome you back to our channel. We're starting a new series entitled Relationship Sacrifices. And today we're going to be discussing what is compromise really. Before we get started, I wanted to make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. The links are in the description. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button, tap the notification bell so you know when we're posts, click that like button, and comment to join the conversation. So go grab a snack and a drink, and let's get into the conversation. My Instagram the other day, and I saw this meme that was talking about real love. Let me read it to y'all, and I want to know what you think. It says real love is not based on romance, candlelight dinners, and walks along the beach. It's based on respect, compromise, care, and trust. So, what do you ladies think?
We want to jump into this one first.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I will. I will say that depending on the person, it's a mix of all of those things. Because there are some people who are not romantic. That's just not who they are. That's not what they like. And if they find that person like them, or that understands them, then that's fine. Like it's good. They have their own love language. So it depends on your love language to say what kind of love is love for you. And it can include those things, but it's not specifically inclusive. Like love is tailor made to each individual person.
True. That's true.
I agree. I think that love and just relationships in general is gonna have to have some type of compromise. Like I don't currently have a boyfriend or significant other, but my previous relationships and even my relationships with my sister and my family with y'all is compromise. Like we have to compromise on a date to meet. We have to compromise if I am with somebody what we want to eat. We have to compromise on just what we want in life in general. So I think that everything, when any lines across work, we have to compromise with work. So anytime different lives are crossed between the two, you're going to have some form of compromise. I agree with Miss Bai that when it comes to love, everybody's love language is different, so it's shown differently. But I think just people that I know, I feel like a lot of them, they want other people to compromise for them, but they don't want to per se compromise for the person. It's kind of a one-sided kind of deal. But I guess love and relationships can be two different things because you don't have to, you can love many people, but that don't mean you want to be in a relationship with them. Because I love some dudes, but I don't want to be with them. It's a difference, you know what I mean? So, that might have came out wrong, but it's true. Like some of your exes, you might still love them, but let me love you from afar, baby. Like, we didn't work for a reason, but that don't mean I don't love you,
Right.
That is so true. I kind of agree with it as well. I kind of agree with the meme in a sense because I think overall, and I think this is our society that kind of put this pressure on us on the importance of just love. And like when you're in a relationship with someone, it takes more than love to help really have a really good, successful, ongoing, long-term relationship. Even that's just relationship if you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, or that's even a relationship when you're married. Because marriage comes with its own different type of complications. You're gonna need something more than just love. You're gonna need more than just that romantic feeling that you see in the movies. And I think that's what society today kind of puts it on what we see in the movies. However, I agree with the end part of the meme where it's talking about you have to have that respect, that compromise, that care, and that trust for that person. Because if you don't have that, then what's the point of even getting a relationship if it's going to always be about you? If you can't care for that person, if you can't respect that person, if you can't even, say for example, if your guy likes what he likes soul food, but you really love Mexican food all the time. That's the only thing you want to eat is Asian or Mexican food, but he really don't care for that. He really just likes soul food. Then this particular day, you'd be like, okay, we're gonna have soul food today because that's what I know you like. That's a compromise in a sense. I'm not saying compromise to the point where you need to compromise your values or your power.
those like deal breakers though. It's a difference in compromising and deal breakers. Like I have a deal breaker. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I have friends who aren't, but I couldn't compromise being with somebody from a different religion. That's just me thing. I can be your friend. I don't know if I could be in a relationship with that person. So that's something I couldn't compromise. So for me, that's a deal breaker. So I feel like it's a difference in a deal breaker and a compromise, in my opinion.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, relationships are hard. Like you have to think about it. You're taking two different people and trying to mesh them together. Mm-hmm. One, know what they like, you know, they want a future, blah, blah, blah. Then you can have another one over here that doesn't have a clue what they like. They just going with the flow. Then they get stuck in the relationship. And then it's just like, okay, I don't think I like this, or I don't like that. You know, so to me, it consists of all of it. You know, if somebody, like for me, I love to go for beach walks, you know, and my partner, I feel like, have to be open to that or compromise to that because that's something I like to do. Now, with the compromising, that hits hard with me because I know it was maybe a meme or a story or something about someone saying that they don't believe in compromising, that this is just who they are and you either gonna get with it or you're not.
And that's really selfish.
Yeah, that's selfish because, you know, God made each one of us different, you know, and I don't know, like this is just a conversation that can go on, and I'm trying to talk along with what we're talking about, but I know when it comes to relationships,
it is deep. It's a lot of things to pull from it.
And it's so much, it's longer span of time you would need to discuss.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I've seen, and I think I've shared it with you all too, the clip. And, you know, Eartha Kitt was like, compromise. And, you know, she laughed. She said, why? What for?
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, you should, you know, the person, whoever, I'm Lord forgive me if I misquoted, but it was like, I'm allowing you to share me with me. And I understood it to the point to say that you have to be strong with who you are in order to be able to let someone coexist in your space.
That's
and
right.
Not changing, because one of the primary things, and I think a lot of people forget, is this person was drawn to you for a reason. They were drawn to you for who you are. You can't get lost in them or becoming something that's compromising or comparable to them, because that's not who they fell in love with. That's not who they, you know, started to like. So I took it as being you is going to make not only yourself happy, but the person you're in a relationship with or whomever, you know, you're dealing with at the time, because that's what they wanted. They didn't want somebody like them. They wanted you, you know, the fabulousness that, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent. I agree with you to the point that I feel like it's, like I said before, it's a difference in having a compromise with somebody and having your, I cannot not do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's certain things I'm like, I'm not going to change about me because these are my values. I'm not going to change my values, but I can change some other stuff to make that other person happy, as long as it's not changing who I am. You know what I mean? It's a difference in, like, I don't know. I prefer going to Kroger. He may prefer going to Publix. That's not changing my life to go to Publix. Yeah. You know what I mean? Instead of going to, that's like, those are small compromises. But if he's saying I'm vegan, that's my decision to eat vegan food. If he'd be like, oh no, you're not going to be vegan, you got to change and eat meat, that may be something that we can't work with, because those are my values. Like, I believe in God. If you don't believe in God, I'm not going to be with you. And that's when, and that shouldn't be religious, but that goes to being equally yoked. Like, you should try to be with somebody who have certain beliefs like you. I'll say this, my parents, they've been married for like 40 years. And it was one thing that my parents always told us. Our parents are like different. They're totally different. My mom's more outspoken. My dad's very more quiet, but they bring out the best in each other. And so they accept each other for their differences. And that's kind of, but they compromise a lot because there's certain things she might want to do that he don't want to do. And it's certain things that he, they have to compromise on what's good for both of them. So both of them can be happy and be comfortable. And I feel like if you love somebody, you want your significant other to be happy. You don't want to just think about what Raven wants. It's about what Raven and my dude is Christian Keys. So what me and Christian want, you know what I mean? It's about, I had to throw that in there. It's what me and Christian want. It's not just about what Raven wants, because when you're in a relationship, it's two people, it's not just one. But I agree with you, Ms. Vi. Like, you should always maintain your values.
We would like to thank you for watching today's episode. Please stay on the lookout for part 2 of this series. Now, don't forget to click subscribe, tap the notification bell, click the like button, and comment to join the conversation. Until next time, bye.